xenophobia are masquerading as populist sentiments, with Arvind Kejriwal backing up every fascist move that Somnath Bharti did. We have to really think about things from the very beginning. A comment that was made by Arvind Kejriwal in a TV interview was that it is because of drug addicts and prostitutes that lead to incidences like rape. Now this is a very problematic statement. First of all, we have to throw some light on sex work as a tradition. We know that it has deep patriarchal roots. Not only women are victims of selling their bodies to men, but also men, the transgenders. And what happened at that night was, apart from the whole shameful act of racist mishandling based on suspicion, even 3 hijras were abducted from the red light where they were assumed of being in sex work. Now the problem is that how do you see sex work if one has to recognize this in terms of labor? It has been existing. For those who say that this is culturally or morally wrong, our positioning comes from the fact that sex work has been the oldest profession that has been existed in India with the Devdasi culture. And not only women, but also the people who identify as Jogi Appas, which are trans people who serve in temples of Andhra Pradesh. Now, if the society sees it as problem and recognizes it as invisible labor, what do you have to do towards it? With the present government, one needs to demand and one needs to keep issues of initiating debates on perhaps legalization of sex work, making a space for people who use their bodies to earn, who use their bodies as labor to earn, just like other wage laborers. But what goes wrong? Why are not sex workers and anybody to do with issues of sexuality taken and considered as wage laborers? Because sexuality has certain kind of shame, certain kind of stigma, stereotypes attached to the whole morality, overall morality of a human being. Now the comment that drugs and prostitution leads to events like rape, I mean, in fact it is just the opposite. Why does rape happen? I mean, we know that it is the patriarchal overpowering of a man on a woman's body to dishonor the woman, to finish her shame. And similarly, if sex work starts getting recognized as just a profession, the whole issue of shame, of morality will be taken away automatically, because then it will have a constitutional underpinning to dealing with sex work. So the whole idea is that one has to recognize labor and one has to abduct this labor of the shame and the morality and the moral policing that is thrown over it by the populist local, whatever that means, however fascist that can be, and then take a progressive step towards legalization and towards recognizing sex workers and other vulnerable and marginalized communities of their labor, and not regard that as invisible labor.